So in the chapter in Green Crime, I talk about these experiments where we talk about what happens if we have a common good.
Right.
So public goods experiments where you have a park, and then the question is, are we going to protect the park or are we going to take from the park? Are we, if we have a prisoner's dilemma kind of situation and we have to wrestle for a resource, do we share so that we each get some of it? Do I try to take all of it and take it from you? Do I take some of it even at the risk that you will take some of it and it'll be destroyed, for example? And so what we find when we look at these experiments, which are basically testing human selfishness, is in general, if there is a common good, do people act selfishly? What do you think the answer is? There was recently a really big meta-analysis on this, and it surprised me.
In the end, if there is a common good, do
Yes.
people act selfishly?
Do they try to take it for themselves or do they try to share it?
I think they try to share it.
I think it depends on which people they are. I think it depends on how polluted they are. Polluted, strong word, but like how
Psychologically.
how socialized they are into a capitalistic way of being. Because I think if you dropped me into one of those experiments, my thought process would probably quite literally be, this will benefit everyone, but somebody's gonna fuck it up, so I need to take a bit for like in COVID with the toilet rolls. Do you know what I mean? Like, where it's like, obviously we all need resources and there's more than enough for everyone, but in case somebody makes it so that there's not enough, I need to get mine.
I guess my thinking on this, because you said it's pretty wide study, is I think that people who are from parts of the world and are from community, basically I think people who are not wealthy and come from very, very wealthy backgrounds actually are much more willing to share and take care of a common good. And I have this, maybe it's a stereotype that people with extreme wealth and other kinds of privilege are kind of have this mindset that they need to hoard it for themselves. So that's why I think there are more people that are not extremely wealthy, and so I think more people would share it.
So the studies that have been done, which don't, as far as I know, include extremely wealthy billionaires.
Somehow we're both going to be wrong.
They include mostly normal people. But in those studies, I was surprised because I always want to see the good in people. That most people act selfishly. And when you teach people about the resource, they learn how to be more selfish and take more for themselves. But, and this is important, it depends on what the other people are doing.
Yeah.
So as soon as you have one person in a
behavioral
group
that
who starts
breaks
that breaks the chain,
Yeah.
other people collaborate and other people treat it differently. And so I think that basically there is this tendency. I mean, I was recently in a place staying like in a communal sort of facility, and some people treated the kitchen like they would just leave their stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
And you're going, this is your rubbish. Like, this is a shared space. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
clean
not
up
how this
after
works.
yourself.
Yeah.
It was just it was a bizarre sort of microcosm of like most people are doing it properly, and this like one person or two people aren't, and they're acting really selfishly by just leaving their stuff everywhere. But that is a thing that can happen, but we know that leading by example and changing norms around that can also lead to conformity in a good way, where
Right.
people conform to the fact that that is unacceptable.
Well, I guess that's interesting because it's like whoever sets a trend, right? Like if you walk into a space and it's destroyed, you're like, I'm not going to be the fool that cleans this place up.
Yeah,
you know?
no way
But
I'm
if you
doing
walk into a place and it's pristine, or fine, you think, well, at least I will not be the idiot who destroys it. So you can absolutely, I think it's where you set that norm for people.
Definitely. So definitely the norms, and also in terms of what you were saying with the ownership of the I'd want to have all the toilet rolls because I know I'm going to do this properly. I mean, that's the billionaire argument for charity.
Yeah.
Which is that I don't think we should pay taxes because I want to control which organizations get money.
Yeah.
And that is assuming also a lot of knowledge. It's a very self-confident thing to say, right?
As soon as you understand the landscape of what needs to happen robustly. Yeah.
Better than the experts who've been doing this for ages as well. And so with that, that is a thing that comes up a lot, which is ownership. Of like, what if we just give people, like Indigenous people, ownership? And the answer is, it does seem to work with Indigenous peoples, and that's because they have what's called psychological ownership. So they don't just legally own the land.
Yes.
They also, it's their home. It's theirs. They want to protect it. It's much like we have our homes that we don't want to burn down. But if you just give people legal ownership without psychological ownership,
Yeah, they'll
they're
trash
more
it.
likely to destroy
course
it
they'll
because
trash
it's
it.
theirs. And they go, this is mine. I can do whatever I want with this.
Yeah.
And so there is that sort of, I can understand the thought of, if it's mine, I'm going to want to protect it. But actually, that's not how it
is
found most of the time.
Yeah.
It is more important to make sure that people also have psychological ownership.